Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to new video. I'm sorry if this is a little bit weird because I just set up a new room and I need to get different tripod because I have different setup here. So I know that the angle is a little bit different and everything is a little bit different, and I'm gonna have to figure out the sounds and everything and buy a mic and all that, but bear with. Today I'm gonna be trying Adept Cosmetics for the first time. I bought one of their palettes secondhand, and it's this Adept and Arrow collaboration palette. I love Arrow. I don't know if I saw all the series, but I definitely watched quite a lot from this show, and yeah, so we're gonna be playing with that. It's technically not my first time trying it because I've tried one shade, because one shade from this palette is now in my Pendos eyeshadows. So if you're interested in what I'm currently working on, go check out my latest Pendos eyeshadows. I will leave that in the little card. And I really like that there's like a list of all the people that Oliver is like focusing on. Some of these names are even crossed out, so that's really fun detail. And obviously this is a 15 pan palette. 10 shades are shimmers, 5 shades are mattes, and it's mostly a green palette. I know I have a lot of green shades in my collection, but I just wanted to try this one and see what it is about. And today is a very beautiful autumnal day, so I think I'm gonna do something very autumnal with this color story, just to have a bit of fun today. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. So I've already prepped my lids with the Catrice Grip the Last Eyeshadow Primer, and we can start. By the way, I will swatch this palette after this video is finished, and I don't know how much you're getting with this palette because I don't have the sleeve from it since I bought it secondhand, so I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely sure how old this is. I think you can't buy it anymore, so that's why I'm only gonna do one look. There's like, if you would want me to film multiple looks of this one, let me know down below. But since you can't get it, I just thought that it probably wouldn't be interesting for you if I were to like no pen left behind it. I will no pen left behind it on my own time, but for today I felt like it's probably not something you would be interested. But if you do actually want me to film multiple looks with this palette, I will do that. Otherwise you're probably gonna see it splattered through multiple like makeup diaries. And now let's stop babbling. So I think from mattes I'm gonna use these two shades because those are very autumnal. So this one is Cyrus Vance. I don't remember how it was called. And then James Holder is this kind of khaki brown shade. So I'm gonna start with a fluffy brush. This one is Glamanatrix EO1, and I'm gonna use the kind of yellowy green all over my crease. I've disinfected this palette, but I haven't swatched it yet, so I've only tried one of the shades, so go definitely check out which one I've already used. And I will try to use every single shade 3 times before I'm gonna hold this one the same way that I do with all of my new palettes, especially since this is a new formula for me and I've never tried Adept. I think it's gonna be very easy because there's not too many matte shades. Yes, they will kind of clash with all the shades that I'm panning in my Panda palette and stuff like that, but there's not too many of them, so it's gonna take me like 4 looks probably to go through the greens, and then I can just kind of focus on the shimmers, and the shimmers will be very easy to incorporate into any looks, so I can still do very colorful looks. And I'm not too tight with this because you have like greens, purples, blues, berries, pinks, peachy shades, so there's quite a lot that you can do with this one. And now I'm gonna take a smaller brush from Gummature. This is EO2. I don't know how well I can see it. I really don't know. Like, I have a mirror right behind the camera, so I know that I'm in the shot. I don't know if I'm in focus though. So I'm gonna use this, and I don't know how this looks. I really don't know. I don't know how the colors look because it looks kind of white in my opinion, but again, I'll know that when I'll see the footage while editing. So who knows? Okay, so far they are blending quite nicely. And this shade, it looked brown, but now that I'm looking at it, maybe it was just the like overlay, because now, I mean, up close this looks very green, and when I'm a little bit further from it, it looks brown. So I don't know if my eyes are not feeling well, but I think I've had this palette for a couple days. I think it's like 2 weeks now actually, and I think this looked brown, like khaki brown, but now it looks green on my eyes, and it also looks green in the pan if I look closely. So I'm not sure. It's a great color, it's very autumnal, it's very fun. And I'm gonna use the same two shades on my lower lash line, but I'm gonna do that probably off camera, because now we're gonna play with the shimmers. I'm gonna use my Cliona Shine On Shimmer Primer as a base for the shimmers. I've almost used this one up. And now what shimmers am I gonna use? That's the part that I'm not fully sure about. I mean, they're so shifty, they're so pretty. I think I'm gonna use Daniel Brickwell in the outer part, and then Frank Bartinelli in the inner half, like the first half of the lid, and then we'll figure out what to do in the inner corner. So I'm just gonna use my fingers probably, since I have short nails, and this is the Daniel Brickwell. And then it has like a light purpley pinky going into green, and it has like a taupey middle part. So that's an interesting shift. That one's gonna be very easy to kind of incorporate with any looks. Get a little bit darker, and I don't know if you can see anything. It's the worst part about filming, because it looks different for me than it will look for you, and I never know. Now Frank Bartinelli, oh, that is a very like goldy green going into a little bit more of a like a pine green. And I definitely want to give these shimmers time to shine. Like, I don't want to use 4 shimmers on the lid, like to just, you know, no left behind this palette. I actually want to really enjoy these, because I think they're gonna be nice. Obviously I can't fully tell, but I've heard a lot of great reviews for Adept, and I want to see if they are true, because if they are, I wouldn't mind spending the money. Adept is a little bit more expensive brand. So obviously I want to make sure that the formula is really good before I'm gonna buy anything. But if the formula is as good as they say, I don't mind once in a while, you know, a color story that I would want, I might invest into. Now for the inner corner, I'm gonna try the Isabel Rochev. I'm gonna try it to see how light it's gonna be. This one looks like a soft green to like bluey purple, so I'm gonna try it over here to see, and I think it's gonna be light enough, so we're gonna use that. Yeah, this one in the inner corner, it has a bit of a purple base, which can look a little bit like a bruise in the inner corner, so I think I'm gonna go over that with Warren Patel, this one, because I think that one is a lot lighter, so maybe it's just gonna help with the like purple undertone, or like the purple base, sorry. Yeah, there's still a little bit of like a, I don't know if you can see it, but when I move, like it kind of gives me a bit of a bruise here. I might try to blend my concealer into that a little bit to just help it look like slightly better. And now let me just use the two matte shades on the lower lash line and finish this look on my own. Okay, so this is the final look. I will definitely come closer in a minute. It looks really pretty. I do really enjoy it. So yeah, it's very autumnal, very cute. The shimmers look really nice. They're sparkly and shifty. This first one that I've used in the outer part is very much like a pinky berry going into this like taupey green. Very pretty shade, very much appropriate for autumn, and it has a little bit of a silver sparkle from a side. And then this one is obviously like very green yellow with deeper base. Yeah, I do really enjoy these shades. What I've used to finish up this look, I have the Trendy Adept yellow waterline pencil. Then I have my Catrice Glam and Dull Volume mascara. This Maybelline Super Stick Concealer in the shade 10. Then this Revolution Fast Base Blush in the shade Peach. On my lips I have this Woodlands Eye and Annette Oberstadt lipstick. This one is the Shine one in the shade Snake Kiss. It's from their Legendary Diversa collection. And as a highlighter I'm using the Mini Charms palette from Beauty Bay. And I'm mixing this kind of orangey peachy shade with the shade Milky Way. So those are the two that I'm using. And I think they look really nice together on the cheeks. So let me kind of scooch closer so that maybe you can see the shift. I don't know if they're not gonna be too obvious. I'm just gonna film a B-roll and I'll go ahead and film my swatches of this palette. So hopefully that will look nice. And overall, from what I've tried, and I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades today, I think this is a really nice formula. Obviously I know that it's a little bit older, but the shimmers seem nice, the mattes seemed really nice as well, and I think they're gonna look beautiful on the eyes. I don't know if it's been used before because it genuinely looks like unused. Maybe it was swatched, but otherwise it looks unused. So I think I'm gonna have a great time with this one, and I hope I'm gonna be able to tell you more about this formula in my monthly haul, which is gonna be in like a month and a bit, because I usually film them a month later. But yeah, I think this is a really nice formula so far, and I've enjoyed working with it today. So let me know what you think about this one. Let me know if you want more looks with this palette. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow for another video. Bye guys.